Hello friends and welcome to another replay analysis. This time we're going to look at Disruptor. He is Guardian 1. We're going to take a look at this game and yeah, let's get going. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name in the Discord or in this game.
Prepare for battle.
Defez, Charbonnier, something like that. I don't know. Are we looking at Sniper? What's happening? In Sniper? Okay, here we go. So for your starting items, I think this is good. You've got your tangos, normal. What do we need to say about that? A magic stick, because I would guess that you're against Bat Rider, and Pudge is my guess. 2 mangoes, because you're a disruptor, and then a fairy fire. You would have about 80 gold left after the magic stick and the 2 mangoes. So like the tangos, mango, all that, I think is great. Fairy Fire, I think is okay. This is like a optional thing. Depending on the lane, maybe you could have gotten a Sentry, maybe you could have gotten an Iron Branch. I think a Fairy Fire is okay to get some right clicks in and to try to survive Bat Rider, say, diving you. I think I would have preferred this ward a little lower. If you're thinking about Pudge, what's he going to try to do? Probably going to try to stand back here and hook you. And so with this ward, we can see him when he's like over here and the lane's here. But getting hooked this way is not such a problem because you just like run down and like run this way. But getting hooked out this way is kind of more of an issue unless these trees are cut, because then you have to like run around, and that's when you can be in a bit more trouble. If that makes sense. Getting hooked like to the side is just like not as bad. Getting hooked like upwards is kind of an issue because now you're being pulled really far away from the tower. And in that sense, this does help, but so would a ward right here. Like a ward down here would have spotted this lane and would have spotted down here. But still, I'm happy the ward is there rather than like somewhere over here. So, let's see. We're going to see a Pudge hook for the rune. Oh, where are you going? I'm going to... Okay. I suspect 2 things. 1, maybe you were thinking about going to steal the rune. If you were going to do that, I think that's a great thought to have. If you decide, I don't really want to contest this rune, I want to go steal theirs, I think that's fine. You're just going to have to make that decision a little sooner. By the time you went, it's too late, so you kind of have to commit to this rune or not going. And if you were going to go for this rune, I do think it's important you walk down with the EA so that you can help her out when that hook gets when she gets hooked, you can immediately throw down the Thunder Strike, help her out a bit. But looks like she gets out okay. And it looks like it's going to be a Ricky offlane. That's kind of weird. You check his items. That's great. That's something I don't even do enough. Right now is a great time to be standing up here using Thunder Strike and auto attacking. We want to get Thunder Strike. We want to use it right away, so that our passive mana starts to kick in, our passive mana regen. Right now, we're just not making use of this +1. So as soon as we can, try to throw it down. You could have even used it at the rune, I think. But now, using it over here would also be okay. Use it on Pudge or Ricky. I think Ricky's better. So there we go. We're just going to try to get that down a little sooner. If we'd gotten, say, 10 seconds sooner, at this point, that would be 10 more mana we would have. So it's just all these like small efficiency things. In the grand scheme of things, you're doing fine though. Now this lane is going to push, which is not ideal. It did go under the tower, but it just means, okay, we're going to have to pull. And you could probably do a full pull because the wave is pushing so hard. This is one benefit of getting a Clarity instead of a Fairy Fire. Like you could spam out Thunder Strike twice and the lane pushes a little bit. Then you go to do a pull and you Clarity up. Okay, so you are pulling. This is great. One down. Looks like you were going for a half pull. Got 3. That's okay. Nice. See their ward. Got the D ward. Be a little careful. Don't let those creeps aggro to you. You just want them to go back. Oops. Yeah, so you want to be a little careful this. Oh no. Okay, so this is essentially pulling for them. So let's go back. Well, 1, we would want to avoid this. So, like, let's see. So, right here, this is the attack we don't want to do because this is going to aggro this creep. Once this melee creep died, you want to wait a little bit. Let this wave walk down. Now, unfortunately, she probably would have just walked it straight under tower, which is, like, not ideal, but in theory, it's still what you want to happen. You want PA to walk it down, and then she should just, like, stand out here and wait for the creep wave to come through. I doubt she'll do that. Maybe she does. I didn't see. But accidentally aggroing the range creep means that he's going to now be hitting you for free damage, and there's no way to get rid of him because the creeps are gone and she's gone. So right now, you have to walk straight down, pretty much. And now once you aggro this full wave, now you absolutely must walk straight down the lane, and then maybe you can try to balance them out here and let the creep wave meet outside the tower. If not, whatever. Just, like, if you're too scared, if you're taking a lot of damage and the enemy is right behind you, then yeah, just walk under the tower. Who cares? We will fix the lane with a pull. But I think you do want to walk it down like that. Pulling it into this camp is essentially they pulled, right? This is the effect if Pudge had pulled this over here into this wave. He wanted this to happen. So the fact that you aggro the creeps and de-aggro them on this hard camp is kind of bad, because now the creeps are up here and PA is forced to be down here to last hit, and then she's going to move up here. Actually, it's sort of, in a way, it's sort of okay because it guarantees farm for PA. And if she was a more fragile carry, this might be all right. But PA is like a decently lane, like, she's not robust, but she lanes all right because she has dagger. And so she doesn't mind, like, playing the lane. What's going to happen now is this whole creep wave is going to move up here. And so Ricky and Pudge will get essentially about 2 waves worth of experience right here. Guaranteed. And there's nothing you guys can do to deny any of these because it's all the way up here and you're not going to be able to do anything. Whereas if these creeps had walked down, they're going to fight here for a little bit. You'll have time to quickly do a pull and you'll start to fix a lane before they get all the way here. And you'll have a chance, like, PA will be able to contest some of these and hopefully deny 1 or 2 from the enemy. And you'll be able to, like, stand here and harass the enemy as well. And then maybe you'll do a hard camp pull or something. Yeah, so now this all the way down here. You guys can't really contest this because it's under their tower. And this whole creep wave, they probably won't die, but probably a couple of them are going to die. So this one's dead. Funny enough, Pudge actually hooked PA, I think, into XP range. But 1 creep was supposed to die. Now 2 creeps have died. 3 creeps. You did walk up in time. I don't know if intentionally or not, but you did end up getting that 3rd creep of experience. But you see how it was very, like, all the way up here is a little risky for getting XP. And that was kind of a direct result of aggroing those creeps and then pulling them to this hard camp. I think it's much better to leave it down here. The effects of that can be pretty extreme. At this level, it's probably not such a big deal. But at higher levels, more and more people will punish that kind of mistake. Yes, nice. That shouldn't have worked, but it did. He just kept running at you. He should have just walked away, and he probably would have survived. Okay. I don't... Look at your health. Look at your stats right now. What is preventing you from playing this lane right now? It's not that you need more health, because you're full health, and you've got 4 tangos, and this fairy fire, and then the stick. I know we only have 1 charge, but it does heal some health, and it doesn't even matter because you're at full health, so you don't need a salve. What you need is mana to keep playing this lane. Now, I suspect, actually, maybe you were buying it for the PA, which is very kind of you. Just give her one of your tangos or 2, and, like, look at her money. She should buy her own salve. If you really want to buy a salve for her, you can, but then you can't buy these boots. You have to buy something else. Something like a Ring of Basilius, and then a Clarity, because boots would be 500, Ring of Basilius would be 425, and then you can grab a Clarity. Because right now, you're going to, let's say you do this, and you are doing it, you're going to buy this, you're going to salve the PA, she's going to be full health, so she can play the lane, even though she's a little low mana, she can be out here. But you can't play the lane, because even though you're full health, you don't have any mana for your spells. And as a Disruptor, that means you can't really do much. Now, it does look like you're coming to pull, so this is good. Pulls are great, guys. I love pulls. Another 3, that's okay. Or like right now, I would buy a clarity. It's not too far out. I would have it wait, buy the clarity, pull it out. That would also be acceptable. Other things you could do, raindrops, a clarity, windlace if you really want the move speed. You know, that would work too. Although windlace and raindrops would be pushing your money compared to boots. I'm wrong. You already had clarities on your courier. My bad. I didn't see that.
Dyer's courier has been
I guess you
killed.
had it on the way and then it went back. So just forget the last 2 minutes. Delete it from your mind. You do have to use it though. Actually, right now is okay. Okay, this is fine. Now do a pull and clarity. Yes. Yes. If you have done a small pull,
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
it would have been tough. You would have had to leave a little sooner. Okay, this is good. We are on track. Oh no! Ah, that's unfortunate. It didn't. So you do have to. Let me show this. And then stop right here. Stand right here. Let them auto attack you. When the auto attack hits, these creeps would walk. Okay, so he's gonna walk to here and auto attack. These creeps would be like here. The auto attack flies in. The creeps move up to about here. The auto attack hits you. The creeps are about here. That auto attack aggroes all of them to this. If you walk too far like you do, then their leash range like breaks around here, and so they just turn around without auto attacking you like they just did. And then the catapult and the range creep have a larger acquisition range, so they aggroed, but these melee creeps didn't. So I use this like this path right here. I don't know if this. So this is why I don't use other terrains, because I don't know if they have this. But I stop walking right around here, where the green still is. So then I let them hit me, and then it's fine. Now you still pulled some, so like this range creep is gonna get killed, and honestly, it's not too bad. And then a follow-up small pull. Excellent. Excellent. If clarity slightly sooner. I gotta say, I think this is going a lot better than a Guardian 1, what I would have expected. You're doing... Or were you higher? No, yeah, Guardian 1. So far, color me impressed. Now this is getting denied off a bit. So let's come back to see how that happened, because I was looking at your small pull and then I wasn't paying attention. So they pulled. Okay, as soon as this happens, you gotta walk over like all the way up here, like because Ricky's 4, he's 3, she's 5, you're 3. You guys are a bit stronger right now, and I think you can definitely walk up and cast your spells on pick whoever you want. Right now they're both full health, so I don't quite mind who you target, but focus your spells on one of the heroes. I think Ricky would be a little better generally, except that Ricky does have kind of a high base regen, and so harassing him, unless you're gonna like really keep it up, can be a little less worthwhile than the Pudge, who is low armor and doesn't have amplified regen. Or not amplified, but just he has a... I mean, I'll just show it. Pudge has... Oh, he's under tower. Oh, no. Okay, so Pudge is, I think, 6.3 without this tower. I'm wrong. Although I suspect it's because of the stats and the higher strength, but I thought Pudge had lower HP regen. Now I look like a fool. Alright, let's not worry about that. Careful. Don't take creep aggro, or tower aggro. As long as you didn't take tower aggro, this is good. Okay, you took 2 hits, not too bad. Honestly, I really like that you were chasing him a bit under there. Against Ricky, don't even bother with this. Ricky can just hop over it with his abilities. So if it's Ricky, just leave it. It doesn't matter. And it looks like you're going for Tranquils. And I like that you got Ring of Regen. It depends. Sometimes if you're like full health and you still have tangos, I think you can do the Windlace. So like in this case, I think you could have, because you still have 2 tangos. But sometimes when you're low on tangos and you're not you're not like totally dead, but you're somewhere like here, I like getting the Ring of Regen second because now that gives me some regen for the lane. Oh, you gonna set up a kill on this guy? Sniper, ult him. Ah, well. Nice. All right. Always have to keep in mind our mana. So this is why like Raindrops, Ring of Basilius, those play out really well with Disruptor because this guy always needs mana. It's kind of a pain. But having an item that helps you with a permanent mana solution and then still buying some clarities probably. But in this case, you just have to buy even more clarities without the mana item. And you're even rotating. This is excellent. Let me just double check. Yeah, he's PA 7, and for whatever reason, she's leaving the lane that there's only a Pudgeon, so I don't know about that, but I think what you've done is great so far. I would say you guys won that lane, and now you're up here. I think you guys can straight up kill that Caudle. Caudle walking out here. I think Ogre, slow, and or stun. Your Thunderstrike, and then a Bounty Hunter. This guy should be dead, like, right now. Or this guy's kind of low, too. Although he just got his ult. That's a little scary. Oh, shoot. PA got the kill. That's even better. Okay. That kind of worked out. I saw you buy Windlace. Okay, before I send it back, get some mana. Get some mana. You can't do anything without mana.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You're already full health. You need mana. Now, we talked about this a little bit in the Discord. Yeah, I do think you need a 4-staff first this game. Taking a look at some of the other heroes in the game, none of them are building 4-staff right now. Ogre, Magi, and Sniper could build a 4-staff, so if you check them and they're building one, you could not do it. But since they're not, I think you would want to build. I want to buy something that helps me solve my mana issues first, so like a Ring of Basilius or Raindrops. But then after that, I would go into a 4-staff first, because it's really good against Riki Cloud. That's my #1 concern. And then it's good for like dodging hook, getting out of Caudle ult, getting away from him when he's chasing me, getting to Bat Rider if he like blink ult someone and 4-staffs away, forcing yourself forward so you can glimpse him and mess up his lasso if you glimpse him far enough. Or aggressively chasing a Riki who like blinks up a cliff, you can 4-staff up and chase him. I think 4-staff just has a lot of value this game. Yule's, I do think, is good. Like, against... it gives you a way to deal with his ult. It is a form of survivability. Like, Riki chases you. You can Yule's yourself or Yule's Riki. Yule's this guy when he blink lasso someone. Yule's is another way to cancel this or dodge the hook. It's kind of hard to use it on this guy, so we're not going to worry about that. Yule's is also nice because it solves all your mana issues. So I do like Yule's in general on Disruptor, and I don't think it's a bad Yule's game either. But I do think it's a bit more of a 4-staff game first. Okay. I don't know if someone else got the tone. Nice. Coming up here to protect the tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ogre, clarity me, please. No. Yeah, so right now, imagine you could shove in this wave with a Thunderstrike, but you have no mana to. Or right now, you could harass that guy with a Thunderstrike. That'd be really nice. Now, I'm kind of iffy on it. I know some people max out Thunderstrike, and I think it's not bad. But I also think level 2 Thunderstrike is kind of enough for what you need it for, which is to win the laning stage, where level 2 Thunderstrike is really good for that. It's just a lot of damage for the spell. After that, more points in Thunderstrike are about farming and pushing the wave faster. I kind of like maxing glimpse first. So like I go 2 points in glimpse, 1 point in kinetic field, and then from like level 4 onwards, I get glimpse. Although sometimes I get glimpse at level 2. It depends on what you need. But by level 4, you have like 1 point in both of these and 2 in this, and then I max glimpse, getting my ult along the way, just because it really lowers the cooldown and increases the cast range by a ton. And I just think the damage on this is not hugely important depending on your team. And in this case, you've got a sniper to push out lanes. Well, in this game, I kind of think it is okay to max Thunderstrike because your other 2 cores are not fast at pushing out waves, at least not until she gets a Battle Fury. I have no idea what she's building to. So in that case, Thunderstrike is good. I don't know if you thought about that, though, so I'm at least going to say it so you kind of know. Like, those are my thoughts on it. And if right now you just want to do a cookie cutter build and max out Thunderstrike, that's totally fine. You know, there's so much going on in Dota. So if you just want to like do a cookie cutter skill build and focus on other parts of the game, that's okay. But if eventually you want to like work on improving that, that is something you can choose to do, is to try out a glimpse build that helps you to, what the heck? Glimpse build that lets you be a little bit more active. And I think that's really nice with a bounty hunter. So you rotate in. It's kind of okay. You have no mana, right? I would have salved that PA, by the way. She was really low. You've still got this salve. I might even have just used... you don't need it. You got to... rest in peace. So that's a bit on her fault for coming out when she's low. But that's also a bit on you because you had the healing salve and she was really low. So you should just use it on her.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So quick look at your abilities. 100, 150, 125. Together, that's 375. Plus kinetic field. We're at 400 and something. Oh my god, I can't do math while recording. Your total mana pool is 519. Now maybe you have stick charges. That would help. But to use all of your abilities, you have to have more mana. So it's important to get, like these regen and stay near the top. Because if a fight breaks out, you just straight up don't have enough mana to use all your abilities. You don't want to use Static Storm without being able to use Kinetic Field too, because otherwise they just walk out. So like you need at least 200 mana for that. Don't forget if you're TP rotating, that's another 75 mana you use up. So it's very important to not just have enough for like one spell. In this case, one spell is enough. Is enough. But you may need to use more than one spell. And in that case, you want to try to keep in mind mana management. So example there, I wouldn't have used Thunderstrike to push the wave because you have a sniper who can do it. And so I would save a bit of mana. That's the downside of maxing Thunderstrike, is it costs more mana. So maxing Glimpse does not increase its mana cost. And Kinetic Field, I mean, no one maxes Kinetic Field first anyways. But that is part of mana management, is considering like, do I need to actually cast a spell right now? Probably not. You should have used it to get out. See? Yeah, perfect example. Didn't have mana for Kinetic Field, I think. You get the kill anyways, though. To help with your mana issues, I think it also could have been okay to level up or to upgrade your magic stick to a magic wand. That would give you 3 more stats, which is 36 more mana, a little bit more mana regen, plus more charges. All of that would have helped with your mana pool issues a little bit. At the same time, I don't mind leaving it at magic stick and going for a Yule's or the forest staff like we talked about. I mean, Ricky hasn't really been a threat either. He kind of ruined his lane a bit, and now he's struggling. Look at this guy coming in to give you some wand charges. That's so nice. Whoa! Did he force staff you? Get out of the fire! Oh! Oh! Nice. Great.
Radiant's top tower is
Now you
fallen.
could salve yourself, but you have the tranquils. Like, you really don't need to. I would have just used that salve on the carry, like that PA example we gave earlier. Like, whenever they need it, I would just do it then. Oh, almost got that. She should... That's not your fault. She should have just walked away. And Sniper would have finished the kill. So swapping your clarity right now. Use it. Overall, I think this is going pretty well for Guardian 1. I didn't expect that. I feel like if you keep playing like this, you should be able to climb up. Like, good awareness. You're watching the towers. Are you a smart? Let's grab one of these. Oh, that's the enemy's team. But it is around the time where you should be able to get a neutral item. Oh, someone's got to plant this for your team. And looks like no one ended up taking on any of these. So feel free to ping your team or let them know, like, hey, someone should grab some of these. And if none of them take one, then you take one, I guess. So like Pupil's Gift, that would tank you up a bit. Not bad. And if this mango tree was planted, that would have actually solved your mana issues as well. Just keep picking up some of the mangoes. And then anytime you need mana, you just mango up. Uh-oh, okay. That should reveal to you instantly someone is invis. So something you have to learn, and you're learning it the hard way right here. Anytime you want to smoke and the enemy team has an invis hero, you must carry detection. Otherwise, you will smoke, walk in, your smoke will break, and you can't do anything because you don't have detection. In this case, you smoke. I don't think you need to smoke right here either, but you smoke, it breaks immediately. That should let you know there's a hero right on top of us. There's an invis hero. I don't have detection. So now we just walk away awkwardly, and we've used 50 gold for essentially nothing. I guess it's told us that there's a Ricky on top of us, but we can't do anything with that information because we're not carrying detection. So in the future, if there's an invis hero in your game and you're thinking about using smoke, make sure you got a sentry or a dust, if not both. And in fact, especially because your team is doing well, I would try to make sure you're carrying some sentries, because anytime you guys push up, actually like that right there. There we go. Like this kind of sentry, very important to have when you push up. Glimpse. Nice. Uh-oh. Same deal. Still need more detection. This is a little risky. There's a Ricky on top of you guys. Thought for sure Pudge was going to land that hook. So if you had the mana, that would have been a great time to ult. I mean, that sounds so obvious, right? If you could have used your spells, this would have been a good time. But it does kind of come down to mana management stuff, where it's like, did you have a spell you shouldn't have used here or there? Could I have been a little bit more topped up? And in fact, we can go back and look at it. And like all these small decisions slowly add in. And where a pro will like seem to always have their abilities on time, it's from a series of like smaller decisions that led up to it. So right now, the Thunderstrike, I think it's okay, especially because you have a clarity going. Let's see if you use any other spells that maybe we could have gotten away with not using. Oh, I think this ward, by the way. I was about to say, if you've watched the video, I literally just recorded it. It's not even out yet. But if you haven't, go watch that Witch Doctor one, because it's around the same rank as you anyways. But I commented about this kind of warding spot. I think like up here or here is a little better. This one in particular, it's good because it's outside of the common sentry range up here. But then the next step is that many people will put their sentries around here, and then that's always going to get this ward. Whereas this spot and this spot is just a little less common to get. Like if they place their sentry around here to get this area and this area, it will miss this corner. And if they put like their sentry anywhere up here, or the sentry like here to kind of get this area and this, then they miss this back corner. I think those are a bit better than this one. Still, I'm glad you are warding on their half of the map, though, so we're just trying to, you know, bump it slightly more into the correct decision. So we place that there. We glimpse kinetic field someone here. I don't know if we needed that kinetic field, because I'm not sure if that's a fight I want to take when I don't have detection. So that's one thing. This Thunderstrike, I don't know if we really need to do, because there's only 2 creeps against 4. They would die pretty fast. And that Thunderstrike would have had enough mana. This Thunderstrike's fine, because you are going for a kill. Oh, that did actually kill. Sorry, I lost it. I didn't realize he died. That's my bad. Alright, you Yules the Troll. I think Yulesing the Troll was okay. Glimpsing him's alright, but at the same time, you're also going to get here safely on your own. Mainly that 1 Thunderstrike usage on those 2 creeps I don't think you needed, and that would be enough to use your ultimate right here. Or here. But I think under the tower probably would have been safer.
Top tower is under attack. Killing spree. Double kill. Killing spree.
Oh, you got him anyways. Alright. I would buy a Clarity. These will solve your mana issues. I need a Clarity. I need Dust. I need sentries and wards. What do we got? We got 1 sentry. Mana. So eventually you will get enough mana from this Yules, but it just takes longer. Right, let's see. By the time you have Static Storm here in 15 seconds, do you think you have enough mana to use all your spells? That would cost about 500. Not to forget that you now have a Yules, which is expensive too, and TPs if you rotate anywhere. Looks like we're not. That's kind of what the Clarity is for. Is that if we had the Clarity, we would probably be ready to fight right around now. But without the Clarity, we now have to wait however much math, you know, like 400 divided by 8.5. I can't do that kind of stuff, guys. I'm trying to get out of school by making Dota videos. Okay, there we go. There's our detection. Still need to buy sentries, though. I know you guys are running a little low. When you're dealing with an invis hero, and because sentries are limited now, what you have to do, which I understand is hard to get a team to do, you have to play in one area at a time. So it's like, hey, let's go get this top tower, plant all your sentries here, and you just keep playing here, where those sentries are. And then you move, and you go to the mid lane. If you keep going to like lane to lane to lane, bouncing in and out, then you're going to end up using all your sentries. So you see you have like 2 right here, 1 here. That doesn't, you know, if you're playing this bottom area, I guess, you're probably losing. But you're not. You guys, actually, it's kind of even, but I think you guys can make plays. And so you're going to need sentries to be aggressive. I think those kind of Thunderstrikes are fine to push the wave out quickly. Oops.
Of my home.
So I think if you want to try to survive here, what you actually need to do, always consider, can I teleport out? Who can stop my teleport? Between these 2 heroes, the one that can stop your teleport, oh man, your courier was loaded. That's really unfortunate. Between these 2 heroes, the only one who can cancel your teleport is this guy. So Yules him or glimpse him away, and then immediately teleport home. And then I think you'll actually survive. Maybe Ricky kills you in that time, but I think it's possible. And if you had a bit more mana, you could glimpse the Ricky away, Yules the troll, or vice versa. Glimpse the troll, Yules the Ricky, and then TP home. And then that almost for sure guarantees your survival. Because your courier died, you should still buy more detection. You're gonna need that. Can't wait for the courier to respawn. Then buy any other items you might need. You chose to get a Glimmer Cape this game. We already talked about in the Discord, but for everyone else watching the video, I don't think you need a Glimmer Cape this game, because you have a bounty, so there's already some invis on your team. But then if we look at them, they're really not a very magic-heavy damage lineup. I do think the 4-staff is better. Glimmer is, like, okay as a kiting mechanic for, like, this guy. But I kind of think that's what the Yules is for. And I also think Ghost Scepter would accomplish a similar goal. Oops. What's that? A buyback? Oh, that's not necessary. Okay, there you go. You're buying these. Get up. I don't know what just happened there. I think you definitely meant to pick them up. I have a hotkey for it. I think there is a manual button you can press. But I have a hotkey, and that's what I use to like always make sure I pick up my items. That was definitely a time to Yules. As soon as he ults, Yules this guy. He can't die, so there's no reason to just let him hit stuff and lifesteal. Just Yules him up. This is a good ultimate though to stop the. I think you were very focused on that, and so maybe you missed the troll. Ah, so close. But that is the right idea. So it would have been to like Yules the troll and then drop the ult. Like the ult you had was very good. I think you just like tunnel visioned on it and then missed the troll. Pick these up while you're dead. All right, we're taking some bad fights here, kind of repeatedly. Partly because you have a offlane bounty hunter, so you don't really have a real initiator. Lotus Orb. Oh, so yeah, this is pretty much the Discord discussion, but Lotus Orb is also a really good item to deal with Pudge ult, to deal with Lasso, and to deal with to remove Chakra magic from someone. And then if this guy gets first item Abyssal, apparently, that's that's not the norm. But usually, eventually, trolls, I won't say usually, but trolls can get Abyssal quite frequently. And so I'm not surprised to see that he has one. I'm just surprised to see it first item. But when you Lotus a carry, now he can't really Abyssal them. Well, he can, but you know he's just going to stun himself too. Now, I actually think Bounty Hunter should probably be the one to get that. Nice! That's another use of it. Oh, time to plant this mango tree. By the way, a mango tree, I didn't see when it dropped, but it could have been dropped as soon as like 7 minutes. It's now 27 minutes into the game. I know it's not totally your fault, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. Try to plant it as soon as you can for your team. Because say you planted this, let's say 10 minutes. That's 17 mangoes that your team could have had. And then every mango is worth 70 gold. So it's a good amount of gold you could have had there. I'm glad you didn't ult there, because it wasn't needed at all, as we saw. And now this is still up. Didn't use the mana. And we can still keep going to fight. If you're willing to communicate with your team, I would try to pick an area. So right now, actually, look at your minimap. I said look at your minimap, but I'm going to free cam and move around. One sentry here, one sentry here, one sentry here. These three are a lot of overlap. To check this high ground and to check this high ground, I would just put one sentry here. And now I have consolidated those two sentries into one, so I have saved the 70 gold. But more importantly, against Invis heroes, I have saved the single stock of a sentry, and because it's limited, that is important. And in fact, this then is just extra redundant. This... I know you didn't place this, but let's just think about it. What does this see? This sees this area. So I would see a Ricky walking down here. I don't have a ward here, though, which means I need to have vision from the creeps here, or a hero has to be here. But why would a hero be here? There's no tower to take here, and this is not really the ideal tier 2 to push. So this is a very bizarre sentry, and really what it comes down to is it's a waste of a sentry. Our limited stash of sentries is going here. But where do we want to play? Like, we'd love to push this tower. Sure. So this one was good. Now it's about to fade. So we're going to need another one, which could have been that one. Or we want to push up here, so a sentry up here, or in their jungle while we play there, so we can see Ricky walk in. That would have been great. You know, but let's see. Can I see your stash? Oh, maybe if I do player perspective. Yeah, so we have one extra. You know, we don't really have a lot to waste. And I know that wasn't you who played that one, but I still want to point it out in case you ever do play sentries like that. Or for anyone else. Mango, plant it. Heck, at this point of the game, you could plant it like behind your tier 1 mid, and that would be okay too. Oops. So it took a little bit of time to use wand and then ult up there. That also goes back down to mana management. The mango tree. Okay, you've gotten a lot of bounty runes. That's good. Good sense of timing. A little off on the timing. Ooh, going for the deny. Nice. Even if Troll got trapped in that kinetic field, he probably wouldn't have died. But maybe if teams had rotated in, you could get the kill. No one did in the end. Not really your fault. Now, I like Ags, especially when you get Yules. I think it's really good when... Yeah, there we go. I think it's really good when... like, say, Troll. You Yules him, then you drop the Ags and the kinetic field below him. I think that's really strong. Like you said in the Discord, if your opponents don't buy BKB, it loses a lot of value. So, I guess if they don't have, I guess if they don't use BKBs, then Ags is not as good. No, that's not your fault. I don't think PA and Bounty Hunter should have done that. It was questionable. I don't think they realize how strong Troll is right now. But that's how strong Troll is right now. I don't think the kinetic field was really necessary there. In fact, I don't even know if you had to Yules him. I think maybe you just glimpse him back. That would have been okay. Glimpse is your cheapest option. At least compared to Yules. Technically, kinetic field's the cheapest, but as you saw, he can just blink out. See? This is great. Great use. And absolutely worth it to kill Troll. He wasn't able to ult because of that. Very good. There are your mangoes. Nice. Exactly how they're supposed to be used. Pinging Roche. Great. I would swap this in. So, pretty lucky that Ricky was not in the area because you guys did not have a sentry down. Always drop a sentry down if there's an invis hero. And even if there's not an invis hero, I still like to do it just to make sure there's not a ward out here. This is a little deep without our sniper. Okay. A little scared. I wouldn't hit those creeps because you're very low. Now they're going to chase you pretty much forever until you lose them up a high ground. One thing you can do, this is kind of next level, so, you know, this is a minor tip. You can swap your tranquil boots down here so that they don't go on cooldown, and then hit those creeps, and then swap them back in, and then by the time you kill those creeps, your tranquils come off cooldown, and you're all good. Is Troll about to solo everyone? Looks like it. It's very close. Yeah. I don't think your team should have fought there. Though at the same time, if you hadn't aggroed those creeps, I think you could just stand back here and let the tranquils heal up. Don't necessarily need to walk through for runes at that time. You do it after your team decides to back off. I think I would buy the point booster now. if you want to, if you're getting the Ags, I think that's nice to buy while you're up there. So then you don't have to worry about getting to the secret shop later. I'm scared of walking down this low river. Just let them walk over to you. It'll be safer. There's no real rush to kill those creeps. And in fact, looks like you might actually die for that. Yeah, so it would have been safer to just let the creeps walk down and then you kill them like over here. It doesn't really bother you. There's no sense of urgency like, oh man, we really gotta kill these creeps. And so we picked the safer option. And then Sniper just got walked down mid and killed. It's looking like they're about to break the base. I don't know what you're doing right now. This is a great time though to be like looking around, clicking heroes, checking what they've got. Hey, there we go. Maybe you're changing songs that you were listening to. Picking the next Minecraft video to watch on the side while you play. Nice. But yeah, when you're dead, I try to look around, click through, see what's happening.
Normally.
Pushing out the wave if carries aren't here. I think that's okay. I would be a little scared at this point because they are all missing. This is actually kind of funny how close everyone's net worth is. You're actually level 25. Oh, I haven't been looking at your talents. Hang on. Yeah, so you end up pushing it up a little too far, and in fact, here let's hop back in time a bit. Let's look at it. When I'm pushing these waves, I'm looking at the minimap. So I see green bottom, but I am remembering that Ricky is in this, so I should be a little scared. And what I might do is I might just cast Thunderstrike and then go hide in the trees. Even though I don't get the every single last hit and I don't push out as fast as if I was auto-attacking, I am a little safer because they don't see me and I am off the map. And at this point, I would definitely be scared to walk any further because this guy's about to respawn. They still have these two towers. And yeah, so if you want, drop your Thunderstrike and then walk away. You can go hide in the trees if you want. I would probably drop it on a melee creep since all the melee creeps are going to bunch up like this. So now all these melee creeps are not going to get hit by your Thunderstrike. So if you just want to push the wave, I would quickly Thunderstrike these melee creeps and then walk away, just because it's safer. And in fact, you end up dying for this. All right, they're all up now, and you're still like way up here. Of course, they're going to come kill you. What you did overall, though, was excellent. Like pushing the wave out when your team was not. That is very good. And then you just overstay your welcome a little bit. But I'm glad you were pushing out the lane. That's really good. And then you just need to know your limits. Like, okay, I don't see anyone. Let me just play it safe a bit. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll just hide in the trees and I'll just wait. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just waiting to see if if like 4 show bottom, then suddenly I feel safe to like pop out top again and start pushing it again. But if you are pushing top and they see you like show up after wave after wave after wave, they're going to be like, let's go kill this guy at the next wave. But if suddenly you disappear, they're like, oh, he must have backed off. Let's kill this wave and then leave. And then boom, you're back. And now they're like, should I go back? And they go back, but you just pressed Q'd and you walked away. So you're safe still. Oh, sorry, talents. I think Thunderstrike damage is all right. Kinetic Field cooldown is kind of like also okay, I think. Depends on the game. In this game, yeah, maybe it's okay against Troll. Cast range, I like that one. Kinetic Field True Sight, I think is really good, especially against Ricky. And then Glimpse cooldown. I'm fine with all these. I think they're good.
Top tower is under attack.
You hate to see that. Let's watch it again. Wait, let's watch from sniper's perspective. Was he typing? I bet he was. I bet he was typing. Ugh. Walks through tower. Abyssals. Kills him. That's rough. This is why I generally recommend using the mic instead of typing. Just because if you're typing, you are not playing. I know some people just like, they don't have the option to use mic. And you have to type. It's not your fault. But if you have the choice, yeah, that was something. I mean, they probably still would have gotten top racks. But there's no reason for Sniper to die, right? You should have gone to get bottom or pushed out bottom and done something. Same way, and there's no need for you to die right now. You guys want to save your abilities. If I were you, I'd be, I mean, the game's probably over. But right now, these two are about to respawn. Let's say you hadn't died. So these two respawn, you're alive, and now we're waiting for PA to respawn. And then we have a 4 versus 5, which is obviously not ideal, but still the best we can manage. And we'll try one more time. But if you die like this, then we're probably definitely done. Because now they're up, it's only 2. And then even if they wait for PA, it's 3 versus 5. Yeah, but it looks like it's over. So, I'm actually pretty happy with your laning. I thought it was good. You did some, like, you harassed, and then you would clarity up while you go pulled. Honestly, it was, maybe I just don't have a good measure for lower ranks, but I actually thought that was really good. And so you even won your lane, I believe. Yeah, so PA is up 2.7 compared... Oh, actually, Ricky's not that far behind. I just got deceived. But I believe you were at least level-wise ahead, and I might blame the PA for missing last hits. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching that closely. But I feel like the pulls you did, and let's just check the levels real quick. So Ricky hit 6 at like 11 minutes, and PA hit 6, yeah, way sooner. So the fact that he's close in net worth, I think, is probably more on her end than anything. I don't feel like, I don't know. I think you did set up the lane in a good way, so I think that's fine. And then at this point, you guys are like way ahead. I mean, way ahead, you know, but like you do have the top 3 net worths, and I do think you guys were in a good position to win, but you just end up taking a lot of like weird fights. Part of that is because you have a bounty hunter, so it feels a little awkward to like make things happen. But then part of what it was that you guys needed to pick an area, drop your sentries, drop your wards, and then like keep going back to that area. Don't go like top and then bottom and then mid, and then you have to play defense on your half, and then now you go top and then bottom, and it's like your sentries get spread everywhere, and you can't really like play around vision because your vision is all over the place. When you're the team ahead against Invis heroes, you want to just pick a chunk, a quadrant of the map, and it's like this is where we are now. There is no other part of the map. We are here. And try to have as many people there as possible so that anytime Ricky walks in, you just kill him. And now it's 5v4. You push down a tower. Itemization, we already talked about. I don't know if it would have made a huge difference, to be honest. I actually think you played probably well enough to win this game. And I don't know, her farm could have been a little better. I think your pushing out the lanes was pretty good. You overextended that one time. Yeah. Just like thinking back on the game. I think skill build was fine. All that. Yeah. I'm not sure what else I have to say on this. I feel like I'm trying to think of a way you could have won. But at the same time, I'm actually not worried about that. I think if you just keep playing the way you were playing, you probably will win games. Because eventually you will get enough carry players who will just make use of the space you provided, and they will do enough to win the game. Yeah, I think I think I'm good with that. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.